shy. Right. Excellent. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Arcade Stream, and we're here with Will Spin Racing League to show their first race of their new season. A full grid, I see, which is fantastic. Means we have a full qualifying followed by 50% race. It's one I've been looking forward to all week, if I'm honest. We got new season starting on 2022. There may be some in other leagues that I know of may watch with bated breath a little bit. Honest truth, only one league I'm aware of that has been having some issues in pre-season is ARC, but everyone else seems to be getting on with it so far. Okay, but WRL or Wheelspin Racing League are the first to actually start a season of the leagues that I'm involved with, which is, by the way, about 8 or something. So definitely interested to see how it goes. Full grid, full qualifying, Austria. What could possibly go wrong? Something to look forward to. I've got the stream open myself now. See, there's a few of you there. So thanks for joining, guys, so far. Hopefully a few more get on as they can. We just lost Vito out of the session right at the start. That not a great start. Don't know if I can. Oh, I don't need to do it that way, do I? Hang on. Let me see. Let's invite him back. As we go through, I will try and keep an eye on people being kicked or booted or whatever out of the lobby, but always notice it, of course. Can't always be looking at that point. No need to have tyres up in qualifying anymore. We know they're going to use soft tyres all the way through the sessions. There's no point. That's fine then. First car out on track was Matex, who won a pre-season race last night in ARC. Doesn't actually drive in ARC, but we had other leagues help us out last night, so we're a bit short on the ground in our second tier with drivers. So some other leagues helped us out, and Bob Dylan was a massive help for that, so thank you again, Bob, for sorting that out. Matex was the eventual winner in what was a very eventful race around Spain. Let's see if we can continue that this evening. Lots of new names on the grid tonight, so definitely interested in seeing how they get on. There's some old names as well, some old faces that we know will be good, so definitely expecting a really top race. What do we expect strategy wise around Austria? I think, as with most tracks of the season now, with Formula 122 and with 50% races, you're probably going to see medium to hard strategies. I think you can do a soft to hard around here, but whether it's really any better than the medium to hard, I'm not convinced. So, as the McLaren gets well out of the way from Matex there. Sticking with Matex, obviously he's going to be the first trying to set a sort of target time for all the others. So remember, just about getting through Q1. No need to be blisteringly fast in session 1. Just got to get through. That's one of the bits we have noticed so far. That inside curve there, if you touch that on 21, you were gone. 22, you can get away with touching it. I still wouldn't advise it, but you can get away with touching it now. But whether you'd want to be risking that for 36 laps, I'm not 100% sure you'd do that. But there we go. So Matex did a 105.9. Winter placed directly behind him. Goes 105.5. Quasarino 106.2. Soap McPhoenix, that's a new one for me, 106.5. And Tomo with a 107.3. Bob Dylan just went over with a 106.4. So who's this coming round? Greg Goes across a 107.0, puts in P7 for the moment. Simlino went P2 on a 105.6. Curly has crossed the line, 124.1, so I suggest he's had to back out of that one. Glad's now on his way round the final two corners. Final corner here, really pushes it out, nicely done. Vito has joined, that's good to see. Glad's goes fastest then, 105.3. Driving very, very well recently is Glad's. He is our current Wheelspin Racing League champion. Took the title from Winter Place in what was a very short season, only a 7-race season, while we were waiting for the new game to come out. So, Drunken Shamrock then. Feels strange to see him in a McLaren. But he's across the line, he goes 109.9, so again I think something's happened there along that lap. Tesco as well. I think, let's just check out Curly, because he would have been going again. He's just coming around the final corner. 107.3, puts in P12. Tesco doesn't look like he's going again. He should be finishing the lap now, but he's just coming across sector 2, so... And it doesn't look like he's turned his energy off, so it's affecting him into the pits here, I think. No, okay, he's going to go around again with 30% energy. Not sure about that one, but... Round he comes. That was actually an improvement, by the way. 128.4 is an improvement. So, there we have it. Sailor then is approaching the penultimate corner in the Mercedes. Round the final corner. Where can he put that Merc? He puts it into P11, 107 flat. Tommy Reels on an outlap. Let's just have a quick look then. Tesco, I'm sure is going again, but he ain't got the energy. It's really hard to regain energy on cooldown laps, so I can't imagine for 1 second he's going to be able to go any quicker. Or if I say that, just completing a lap would make him go quicker, but the graphic shows he was purple in sector 2 then, but I don't quite believe that, not with no energy. Into the penultimate corner, we'll round the final corner, sort of double right and into the final corner. And where can this McLaren go then? So, well, it's a good lap actually. He's gone P11, 106.9, but that's with no energy, so he's clearly got a lot more in the bank. There's Tesco. Sailor decides to go again. No, into the pits he comes. What about Matex? 2 temps down at the moment. Just coming up towards the end of sector 2. And is 4.5 temps down, so not looking like an improvement at the moment. Tommy Real has started a lap, so let's go to Tommy. Oh, he's invalidated, of course he has. Come on, Tommy. Matex then crosses the line, and, well, he improved in the final sector, but in the end, the full lap was just about a 10th down on his PB. And he's round! Oh. I don't think he did make any contact with the wall, but I'm sure he managed to save it before that. But not ideal, of course. Make sure he's well out of the way, but he's got plenty of room now if he wants to get going. I'm not quite sure. I think he's been disqualified. Okay, so Matex is disqualified from qualifying. He will start at the back. There is no getting out of that. He's going to start at the back. Not ideal for him. Tommy Real just coming across the line, as we saw earlier, had invalidated. Let's go to JD Racer then. In the Red Bull. Yet set a lap, but it looks like a good one so far. Just comes into the penultimate corner. Into the final corner, and we'll cross the line. He goes 105.8, which is good enough for P5 for the moment. Let's go to Tommy Real then, because he was back onto a lap and we left him. I'm not sure what his time was in the first sector. Sector 2 he's coming towards the end of. So, across the line for that now. 45.2 seems reasonable. And heading down towards the final couple of corners. So, Tommy across the line. I'm sure he'll go into the top 10. In fact, he goes P2, 105.4. So, who are the drivers in trouble at the moment? We know Matex is going to have to start from the back after disqualification. So, Drunken Shamrock, Sky... Oh, what does that say? Sky Snizzy? Snizy? I'll just call him Sky. Sky in trouble. A lot of trouble at the moment as he tries to get the car turned round. He's doing a 40-point turn to get it back into the pits. So, yeah, Drunken Shamrock, Sky, Christo and Vito in trouble at the moment. Vito's on an outlap. In fact, he's just coming across the starter's lap, so let's go with that one. Matex, and I don't understand why it disqualified him. I don't know, mate. I can only assume it's because when you spun, you ended up round the wrong way, and the game can be a little bit funny. Well, one time it'll let you spin round absolutely fine, and next time it disqualify you. So I can only assume it's that, buddy. Hi there, thanks for joining, mate. And so Vito, can he get him? This is his first lap. He dropped out when the session loaded up, and I invited him back. So he's finally out on track in the Alfa Romeo. Let's see what he can do. What a turnaround Alfa Romeo have had in real life this season, fighting for points every race, which is fantastic. Feels a bit of a shame for Kimi, who's retired, that would finally have had a good car this season if he'd have carried on. Might have been pretty cool to see him and Bottas riding together, but then that'll put Mick Schumacher out, and we don't want that. So, Mick Schumacher was the driver of the day today at the Austrian Grand Prix. Vito then heads for the line. Across he comes. 108.1 is good enough for 16th, but not out of the relegation zone. Christo is coming across the starter lap, so let's go to him. Obviously, we'll stick with these guys where we can when they're on laps, because they're the ones that are in trouble. That we might not see any more of if they can't get out of it. So, Christo in that beautiful Ferrari. It's just an outstanding piece of machinery in real life this season. It's nice to be able to say that out of Ferraris once more. Once again, as Simon Real retires from a session in the pit lane. Winter Place has done the same. They obviously feel confident that they've done enough, and I would be pretty confident to agree with them. So then, Christo crosses the line and goes P9. So the Ferrari's P9 and P10 now. Who was that then? That was... Oh, he's on an outlap. That's Soapman Phoenix. Let's go to Drunken Shamrock. He looked... Oh, he's just come out of the hairpin. That's why he looked like he was going a bit slow then. So... Fastest times at the moment, I think, can still be improved on. I don't think you've seen the fastest out of the likes of Glads, Brill, Winter Place, or many more for that matter. I'm sure if Matex was in, he'd have been challenging for the top spot come Q3 as well. As I'd expect this man to as well. Drunken Shamrock, used to seeing him somewhere up the front. Obviously a new game means new cars, different handling model as we know. And there has been some that were very, very quick on 21 that I've noticed struggling this season so far. But Drunken Shamrock isn't one of them, as he goes P3 and gets that McLaren safely through to Q2. Let's go to Sky. I think it's Sky Snizzy or Snizzy. Snizzy. I'm going to call him Snizzy. Snizzy through the final corner. Alpha Tauri. goes P14, potentially gets an AlphaTauri through. Who could put paid to that? So Tesco is out on track, but again he's completely out of energy. He needs to pit and get a new set of tyres on and get out again. It's no good staying out like he did in the first, on his first go, on his first run. Yeah, so into the pits he comes. That's sensible. Curly then. Let's go to Curly, who's just going through the hairpin now. I don't know what happened in the first sets there, but he was 3 tenths down at the end of sets of 1-all. That is Soap McPhoenix, who has crashed out of the hairpin, and therefore is stuck 15th at the moment. He will take no further part in qualifying. Where was he with his time? He would have been P9. Still just a man in trouble at the moment. Watch Curly. Well, he's out of energy, look. Again, he needs to pit. He had time to pit there. If you give 30 seconds to the going in, 30 seconds to the coming out, say, he had time to pit and get a new set of boots on, but I think that's him eliminated because he's got no energy. Without energy, you're not going to get through. Surely Tesco will come back out. He's got to come back out. We know, because we saw Tesco's first run, we know that Tesco set his lap with no energy himself. So that 1069 is definitely very much a lap he can improve on. And there is a McLaren on the exit, and he's the only McLaren left in because Drunken Shamrock retired out. So he is out onto track. So if he can get a clean lap in with full energy, you would certainly feel that he could get that McLaren through. As it stands, he only needs to improve by just over half a tenth, so it wouldn't be much. Curly then, clearly not doing a proper lap. He's very low on energy. He could try and do a cool down lap, but no, into the pits he comes. One of the issues the game does seem to be having at the moment is cool down laps. You don't seem to be able to make much energy back. Even hard braking, drifting and hard braking, it still doesn't earn you much back. Not exactly sure why Simlino... Well, he's got into P2, he must have just completed that lap, so yeah, he's not on a proper lap now, he's just on a cool down. Ghost Rider, P11's a couple of attempts up, coming into the penultimate corner. So, over the line, improves by just over a tenth in the end, and goes ahead of his Ferrari teammate Christo up into P10. Let's go to Tesco then. He started his lap, so this is to get through to Q2. Comes up to the end of sets of 1, just over a quarter second up already. Look, that's what the power does. That's what having power does when you got it. Tomo retires out of the session. So Greg is the man in trouble at the moment. He's in danger. So McLaren comes round the sweeping right-hander. He looks slow. What? Is he backed out, Tesco? No, he hasn't, has he? Just looks a bit slow out in the exit. He's nearly 7 tenths up, so he's heading up towards sort of P9, P10 at the moment. He should improve in the final set, so as I say, his current time has had no power, so he should improve here, barring any mistakes. Where is he? There he is. Comes across the line. It's a 106 flat, which puts him P8 for the moment. Good job, Tesco. He's through. Seems to be struggling a bit in F121, so maybe a bit more in tune with the cars in 22. Bob Dylan out on track. Not sure why these guys are coming out again. I don't think Bob had any real need to come out again. Let's go to Greg then. He's out because did he not get round in time to do a lap? I don't think. He had 100% energy, so he clearly didn't start that lap properly. So he obviously didn't get round in time. Anybody else bothering to keep going? I don't think they will. I think that's the end of Q1 effectively. Just Greg and Bob Dylan being pushed into the pits. Tesco and Ghost Rider on track next to each other pretty much. But well, it's up to them. They can come into the pits or they could just cross the line. Doesn't really matter. Move on. So we're going to lose Greg to B, which is a little bit of a surprise. Didn't expect to lose Greg. Sailor, Curly, Vito, and unfortunately Matex, who would have definitely been in the hunt for a pole position. So shame to lose him out. Game disqualifying him. We're not 100% sure why, but we assume it was because he spun. He was facing the wrong way and had to spin round. That's all we can assume, really. It's a shame to lose him. So, fastest in Q1 then was TTV Glads. Our current champion seems to be continuing his form from 21. It's continuing it on to 22. Now, just to give you an idea of where I'm thinking pole's going to be, my time trial personal best myself is 104.8, so I'm expecting, or I'm thinking we're probably going to have a high 104 for a pole position. It may be a low 105, I'm not really sure, it's hard to say. Because there are new people on the grid, as I said, so I'm not 100% sure who the who's really fastest. I know Glads is going to be up there. I know Winter Place is going to be up there. Although Winter Place is someone, you probably get fed up of me saying this because I do say it a lot, but he's someone who's much better at race pace than he is qualifying pace, but he still does well in qualifying. He's normally top 5. But his consistency in race and tactical decisions as well is absolutely outstanding. He's shown that for 2 seasons now that I've seen. So let's get the details back on. Again, I don't understand why it sets them back to default between sessions. It did that on 21 as well. But there we have it. That's the details. All the details we need that we need much this season. We've got the telemetry, we've got the lap times. Looks like Quasarino, something like that, is first out on track. So an Aston Martin in their puke-sick green car is out on track first. See someone else joined us. Thanks for jumping in, guys. Good evening to you all. I may have another race after this. I don't know if I'm actually racing or commentating on the race at 8 o'clock, but I'm doing one of them. Should probably find out in a little break between qualifying and race. Any drivers listening, don't forget the break. Please do not ready up after qualifying. The guys in Q3 are definitely going to want 5 minutes for the break. And we don't want any restarts, so they're a pain in the bum. So, just waiting for Quasarino to come round and start the lap, which will give us some sort of target time. I didn't see exactly where he finished in Q1, but I believe it was around about it was around the 10th spot, so either side of that. So, probably be a good target, to be fair. I think you're pretty much going to need to be in the 105s to get into Q3, to have a chance of getting into Q3. I don't know how far into the 105s, but obviously this season, no tyre choice at the start of races. You just, there's no, you get full tyre choice at the start of races, so everybody, you can only use softs this season in qualifying. One of the things we do know that's wrong on the game is that it only gives you 1 set of mediums for the race. I'm not sure why that is. You should have 2. Hopefully something that they'll manage to sort out in a patch at some point. So Quasarino then through the penultimate corner into the final. Oh, he runs out wide, very wide. he must have come off the throttle then, not to invalidate that, because that was very, very wide. 1060 then, as Shamrock comes across the line. 1056, Leno 1055, a 62 for Sky Snizzy. Winter Place then a 1050, so we're already seeing a 1050. I'm not that surprised. Let's go to, this is Tesco on his first lap. A few more times coming in, I'll go through him in a second. Bob Dylan's gone up to 5th. Tesco across the line, 105.9, puts him just behind Bob Dylan in P6. The other Haas, Tomo, heading for the line, goes P10. But, clearly had to back out of that at some point to 128. Glads is on an outlap. Ghost Rider then has invalidated, so I think Glads will be our next guy, so let's go with Glads then. I think we're going to be in for a very close pole position shootout in Q3. So Glads heading up towards the end of sector 1, up towards the hairpin. Graphic shows purple. I can never trust a graphic. After time it shows purple even if you're second down, so don't take too much notice of that. Heads down towards turn 4. Speed trap is. Oh no, I don't understand that on Austria. Why is the speed trap at just before turn 4 rather than before the hairpin? Turn 2, 3. Comes round then. Let's finish off sector 2, 45.1, so he's on a reasonable time at the moment. Oh, Tomo went again and has made it Haas 1-2 at the moment, 105.4. That gives us an indication that Haas are looking strong this season. Sailor left the session. Oh, he's eliminated in Q1. So Glads across the line then, 105.1 puts him 0.02 of a second behind Winter Place, and I think those two can definitely feel confident that they are safe. I said you're going to need a 105 to get into Q3. It may need to be a slightly better one than just a 105. I'm not sure 105.9 is going to make it. Tesco's 105.9 in P8. So let's go to Christo on the lap in the other Ferrari. Saw Ghost Rider had invalidated his first lap, so he's back into the pits and is on the exit now of the pits, so he's coming back out quickly. See, Q2, you want to be able to get, well, you want to have enough time to at least get 2 runs in. You could potentially do 3 if you're quick about it, especially around a short track like Austria. Crystal across the line then, and it's a 106.4, which keeps him P12 for the moment. Idle North just started the lap, so let's ride with Idle North. He's currently in P10, so he's the man in the danger zone at the moment on a 106.2. Heads up towards the end of sector 1. Oh, so no, he hadn't started the lap, he must have just finished. So he's out of energy. Who was that going past him? That was Christo, who we just saw complete a lap. Have we got anyone else? Drunken Shamrock's out again. He's coming up towards the end of sector 2. See if he's improving in that McLaren or not. So no, about a 10.5 down at the moment. And the corner he's just been through is... But yeah, I mean, all 3 corners really of the main corners of sector 3 are all corners you can make time up in, but he's clearly backed out of that. Christo did cross the line but didn't improve. I think he was doing a cool down lap, so let's stick with him up to the end of the first. Actually no, let's go to Quasarino because he's on his way round to the end of sector 2 on a hot lap. He's 3 tenths up at the moment. This is looking like a handy improvement if you can keep it clean through the rest of the sector. Somebody just nips up into P3. I think that was Tommy Rill on a 105.2. Sorry, so Quasarino then just coming round across the line. It's a 105.5, improves by 5.5 tenths up to P5. I think he's probably safe, but I wouldn't be retiring. Ghost Rider sticks the Ferrari into P7, 105.6. Christo is going to have to pit. He's completely... There's no way he was going to improve there. Plus his fuel light's flashing, so he was going to just have to get himself ready to go again. Get a new set of boots on. Refill the car. I'd say go minimal fuel, and push it round for one last go. I wouldn't be bothering to try and get 2 more runs in. I don't see the point this season in fueling for 2 runs, for 2 laps, because the energy runs out too quick. So, for me personally, I would say just 1 more go, build yourself up to it. Sky Snizzy has already invalidated his lap right on turn 1. So I would assume he's turned his energy off, and he will be able to go again. In fact, he's still going to be able to do another lap and still get round to the pits in time to be able to, if he needs to go out again. So that's what I expect to see from him. There is a McLaren ahead of us though. Tesco's just coming round to start a hot lap. So Tesco's dropped down to 11th now on a 105.9. So I said you'll need to be in a 105, so it's clearly right. At the moment, the target time to beat is a 105.869 as Tesco's round into the wall at turn 1, and that is the end of Tesco's qualifying. As it stands right now, we will start P11, but got Sky Snizzy starting a lap. Can I get through turn 1 without invalidating? He does indeed. Different turn this year, turn 1. It has changed. It looks the same, but you can't really ride the curb anymore like you could in 21. Comes through the hairpin. Cars everywhere, but it's got a nice clean track now. Let's hope nothing affects him too much there as he comes. Oh, that looks slow. Let's just watch him up to the end of sector 2. The time looks okay. No, he is a bit down actually. Yeah, he's 6 tenths down. Decisions now. For me, he needs to pit, get in, take the fuel out of the car, and you'll be able to do 1 more lap. But no, he's going to carry on. I'm not sure why. Fair enough. Jonathan Shamrock's out again. not entirely... Well, he is in P8, I suppose. He wants to make sure he gets through. Tomo's come back out on track as well. He's currently P4. He is safe. He doesn't need to be out again. So he might just be getting some track experience in, using an old set of tyres. So, sorry, let's go down then. So at the moment, right, Idle North started a lap. Sky is invalidated, and Christo is invalidated, and Idle North just run massively wide. Yeah, he doesn't look too impressed with that Ferrari, does he? I think Christo might have impeded the lap there. I'm not saying that for definite, I might be wrong. And if I am, I'm sorry, Christo, but the Alfa Romeo clearly didn't look too amused. They are both drivers trying to fight to get through at the moment. You know what soft tyres are like on any track this season. They wear very quickly. So Tomo comes across the line 5 seconds down. Simlino only just over half a tenth down at the moment, so we can watch him through to the end of sector 2. Then we'll go down to Christo because he's just coming across to start a lap. Looks like Idle North and the Alfa Romeo has made sure there's plenty of distance between them this time. But you know what, to the end of sector 2 is 2.5 tenths up. So he's heading towards P4 at the moment. Could possibly take P3 if he can improve a little bit more. In the final corner, and across the line he comes. 105.0, he goes fastest. What an improvement that is. Great lap from Simlino. 105.072 takes fastest by 23 thousandths of a second. JD Racer on the lap, just coming around the final corner. He wants to go safer than he is currently. Moves into P6, one over 105.4. What? How close is this qualifying? Oh no, Idle North's been round. Oh, it's a nightmare from Idle North. And Christo's not got a proper lap in there. I think that's the end of Christo. He's only got 30% charge. And I think it's probably the same with Idle North, who, if you saw the graphic in the top right, was improving before he spun. He wasn't quite improving enough to get through, but if he'd improved again in sector 3, he would have. Again, I can't see how Christo... No, Christo's miles down. I don't see how Idle North can improve now. They just don't have enough energy. I think I'd be turning that ERS off and just trying to build some up to do another lap, but I don't think I'd be able to. Still got it switched on. He's backed out now, but not overly sure why. So Sky Snizzy then crosses the line and starts his final attempt to get into Q3. Very close to invalidating on turn 1 there, but doesn't. And we'll continue on. Oh, accidentally switched there. So Sky Snizzy only 0.03 of a second down in sector 1, so it's all about turn 1, sector 1, isn't it? The rest of it's just the climb up to the hairpin, so it's effectively how you took one corner. So a lot easier to improve in sector 2 and 3. He comes round. He's nearly half a second down. Surprisingly, I've not really seen any mistakes. The laps looked okay, but maybe the tyres are gone. I don't know. Perhaps he's having to use an older set of tyres. So he will cross the line then and doesn't improve. He's a second down in the end. So that confirms that we will lose. Tesco crashed. I think he had enough in him to get through, Tesco, but he crashed unfortunately out of turn 1. So we will lose him. We will also lose Idle North, Sky Snizzy and Christo, but all only just outside the top 10, so we'll win in with a chance for scoring points today, no doubt about that. As Tomo crosses the line, that's the end of qualifying 2. Ghost Rider's just being pushed into the pits. As soon as he's pushed in, we'll move on. So it is shaping up to being a brilliant race, but it's shaping up to be a brilliant Q3 at the moment. It's so close. So, as you can see, the top 4 there are covered by 0.16. So just over 1.5 temps. So it takes you longer to blink your eye than that. Tommy Rill in P4 is less than 2 temps down as well, of the fastest. Drunken Shamrock, JD Racer, these guys are quick guys. They will be able to compete for pole. There's no doubt about it. Tomo, I don't actually know Tomo, so that's a new one to me, but he looks very handy. And as I mentioned in the qualifying then, Haas look like they are very strong this season. Coiserino, again a new one to me, so I'm interested in seeing how he can do. Ghost Rider does well in 9th, gets into Q3, as does Bob Dylan for Alpine. So into Q3 we go, the pole position shootout, the first pole position of the season. Who can take it? Will Glads stamp his authority on the season already and say, I'm still the one to beat, guys. I won it. It may have been a 7-race championship last season, but I won it because I was quickest. And let's see if we can do that. But Winter Place is going to be there or thereabouts. He always is. I've said in previous qualifying that Winter Place is more of he's faster in a race than he is in qualifying, but his lap there on Q2 shows he's got the pace today. Red Bull looked like it got stuck there. Let's get off that Red Bull. I don't particularly want to get frozen or something. So, well, Winter Place, showing confidence, gets out on track first. So he's going to be the man to set a provisional pole time and marker. So, let's see. Going through to the end of sector 2. A couple of drivers not come out yet. Tomo in the other Haas. JD Racer hasn't come out yet. Well, Tomo is on the exit pretty much now of the pits. So, let's way round. That was mighty loud then. Engine. So he comes round then Winter Place to get underway. I'll tell you what, because we haven't done it yet, let's ride on board. Get on board with Winter Place and see a full lap of this quite brilliant Austrian circuit, Red Bull Ring. Through to turn 1 pretty nicely, hold it to the left now, ready for the hairpin. 16.2 in sector 1. How's he on the power? All pretty good. Accelerated out there in second gear, I don't think I could do that. Down, this one down to third. Again, all about the power on the XCs. They've got a bit of oversteer. That will affect his time, so he knows where he can gain time on the next lap. The end of sector 2, 45.6. So we know he's a good half a second down on where he's going to need to be in the second sector. Comes through. Final corner now. Going all about the exit. Comes across. It's a 105.8 to get us underway. Let's go to... Oh, McLaren across the gravel. And the Alpine off track. I don't know if he hit the wall there or not. No, wait. This is Tommy Rill going fastest. 105.1. It's Quasarino in the other Aston Martin, so Aston Martin go P1, P2 with 105.6, and Ghost Rider 106.0. McLaren we saw was in the gravel, so nothing there from Drunken Shamrock, not really. TTV Glads, no, he must have had trouble as well. Simlino as well had trouble. So did Tomo, so may as well then. Let's just skip through the first lot and see if there's any improvements going on. I've said a few times, you're not likely to see improvements on second laps, apart from guys like these that didn't get a clean first lap in. So Drunken Shamrock on his way round. Just aware that JD Racer started his first lap as well, so ignore that. Pretty neat and tidy there from Shamrock. And it's the final corner. And Shamrock across the line then, it's a 106.1, puts in P5 for the moment. Just missed somebody then. Oh, it's Glads, it's gone across 105.0. And JD Racer unfortunately has invalidated his lap. Let's go to Tomo then. Tomo on a good lap, 45.3 in sector 2. So he's heading for a mid 105, mid to low 105. I'm going to predict 105.3. Oh, it's invalidated. Sorry Tomo, I cursed you. 105.2 for 6.1, I wasn't far off. 39 thousandths of a second off, not on a bad guess was it. JD Racer then starts another lap. More than enough energy to go again, so we'll stick with JD Racer. Let's go back to the broadcast. Haas gets well out of the way for him. I think that was Winter Place, who's already out on an outlap. So Winter Place, potentially, he's been so quick out of the blocks. I wonder if he's realised that if you're really quick out, you can actually get a third run in, even though it's a short qualifying session. So it could be Winter Place could save his best tyres for the last run when he's had the most practice. So JD Racer then through the final corner. Across he comes, it's a 105.4, puts him P3 for the moment. So a nice lap from JD Racer. So then Winter Place, then just looking, Bob Dylan's also on a lap for his first lap in the Alpine. He's just going into turn 4, so keep an eye on that. But Winter Place, we can compare his lap times, so let's go with that. I didn't see a sector 1 split come up unless I missed it. So sector 3 yellow. Oh, it looks like that was Bob Dylan. And Ghost Rider's been disqualified from the session, so he will start P10. I think that was at turn 1. There's a yellow flag at turn 1. Not entirely sure what's going on there. Let's just keep watching Winter Place then. Oh, he's invalidated on the penultimate corner. I think the Red Bull just put him off a bit. I don't think, not intentionally, I'm not suggesting intentionally. Just think that just the fact that he was there has put him off slightly. But Winter Place invalidated. He did go 105.2, so he would have gone into P3 if he hadn't have invalidated. Quasarino now goes into P3 with 105.3. Who else we got? I can't imagine. I think let's go with Bob. Drunken Shamrock's ahead on track, but on an outlap. So let's go with Bob Dylan. As far, oh, he's invalidated. Just into sector 3. Glads is on an outlap. He can go to Winter Place. No, he didn't go again. No point really, because he can come into the pits now, recharge everything, take all the fuel out of the car, ready to do one last run. So Drunken Shamrock then is on a hot lap. 3/4 of a tenth up in the first sector. As I said previously, you're not likely to see huge improvements in that first sector because it's basically turn 1 and then just one long straight up to the end of the sector. So Drunken Shamrock on his way round to the end of sector 2. 45.2, so he's half a second up at the moment. As it stands right now, if he was crossing the line there, he would have gone on, just gained one position ahead of Winter Place into P5. But through the penultimate corner, through the final corner, I suggest he's going to improve again here. That looked like a nice exit. So 105.0 puts him P2. Half a tenth off of pole. Behind CTV Glads, who himself is now on a hot lap. In fact, he's crossing the line and he's gone a tenth quicker. We've got our 104. 104.898 from CTV Glads. Pretty much matches my time trial time to take provisional pole. Simlino going through turn 1. He's on a hot lap. I want to look. Who else is on a hot lap? Tommy Real. No, he's invalidated. Shamrock's not. Glads obviously isn't. So yeah, let's go to Simlino then. So the top 3 drivers covered by quite literally 0.2 of a second. It's mighty close, and you know some of these guys haven't got their absolute best times out of themselves yet. Just checking, Winter Place is on an outlap, so he did do what I thought and has been out quick so that you can get 3 runs in. Simlino then heads towards the penultimate corner and into the final corner. Where can he go? Currently sits P8, but he hasn't got a proper representable time on the board yet. It's a 105.2 and goes P4. Bob Dylan on a hot lap. It's a quarter of a second down in the first sector. Shamrock's just on a slow one. I think Drunken Shamrock, he's not pitting, he's recharging the battery, which he's done very well. So he's going to go again. Just struggling to see. Jetty Racer's invalidated. Winter Place has started his hot lap then. Oh wow. Oh wow. Who was that? That was Tommy Real, who's just got him right in the way of Winter Place. I don't even know why Tommy's out of track. He's on an outlap with nowhere near enough time to get round. Winter Place was a 10.5 up in sector 1, but his lap was completely ruined there. And he's now 3 seconds down. So he won't be a happy man in that cockpit right now. And that is the end, so he doesn't make it round to the checkered flag. Quasarino, I think, is coming round to cross the line. He's not improved. JD Racer is slightly up. He's early on in the lap. Where is everybody else? Drunken Shamrock's not improving. Tomo, not improving. So it's all about Bob Dylan and JD Racer. Bob Dylan furthest round, so into the penultimate corner. He's on a major improvement for himself, and I think this is a sector where he would gain a lot. So it's a 106.0. He stays P9, but it's a much better lap from Bob on that occasion. JD Racer then is just over half a tenth up in sector 2. He's going to be challenging Quasarino. Depends what he can make up in sector 3. Oh, he's invalidated and sticks it in the wall as he crosses the line. So that's the end of qualifying. A mighty close qualifying session. I shall confirm the places shortly and the gaps. So TTB Glad, pole position. The defending champion takes pole position in the first race of the new season on the new game. Drunken Shamrock P2, Tommy Real 3, Tomo in P4, Leno 5, Quasarino 6, JD Racer 7, Winter Place 8, Bob Dylan 9, Ghost Rider 10. Unfortunately, we've got a DSQ in that session. But look at this, 2 attempts to the top 3. Well, 0.217 for the top 4. It's super close. Top 6 are covered inside half a second to each other, or 4.5 tenths of each other. So mighty, mighty close. Potentially could lead to a fantastic race. Interesting to see how it goes. Now, obviously, guys, if you are a driver and you are listening, please do not ready up. There will be a short break before we start, and I want to refill my coffee, so please bear with us. I'm going to go silent for a little bit, and I'll be back with you shortly. Right, okay guys, so we are starting off the formation lap. Looks like everybody's gotten off the grid well, so that's okay. So we lead up to start the 50% race, 50% being 36 laps of this Austrian circuit. Just have a quick look at the tyres. So a little bit of difference there. Glads is starting on the mediums, whereas Shamrock's gone for the hards. Then a third to sixth on the mediums. Hards for JD Racer, mediums for Winter Place, hards for Bob Dylan. Mediums for Ghost Rider, Tesco hards, Ida North mediums. Then as you can see it's hards, mediums, and then from Greg in 16th down to Matex in 20th, all locked in for the hards first. So a good mixture there, but obviously the most notable point being no soft tyres taken to start the race. Right, okay, so I was just getting a message sent off to someone. Let me race after this, so just coming around to the grid, it's looking pretty good for a 7 o'clock race start. I would ask you guys to tell me who you think is going to win this race, but quite honestly, it's really difficult. See how many people get disqualified trying to stop the car in the... So I'm really impressed so far. Oh, there they go. Idle North, Skies, Soap all get disqualified for overshooting the grid slots, and that is everybody stopped then. So we're gonna see the lights coming on shortly. So 4 lights on, 5 lights on. And we go. Short pause. Who reacted? Well, it looks to me like Drunken Shamrock did. And he has got the inside of Glads into turn 1. Oh, they make a bit of contact. Glads runs wide, but recovers the track pretty quickly. Looks like he's got the place back. All sorts of changes going on down the field. But, there is a couple of drivers, Idle North and Tomo, have had an incident at turn 1, but are back going again, and already they're pretty much on the back of the field as they have to come through the hairpin mighty slow. And there is an incident there, and that's Christo out. Oh, it's Rain facing the wrong way there on the exit of the hairpin. It's a full course double wave yellow. Full course double wave yellow. So it's not a full safety car, it must be a virtual. Fortunately, this game's decided it don't want to tell us when it's a virtual or a full safety car. You've got to work out yourself by looking at the track map and seeing if there's safety cars out in the pits. But that's okay, I guess. So we know the tyres, let's just get the position changes up. Oh, for goodness sake. Thank you. Have it. Right, so, and away we go. Tomo picks up a drive-through penalty, speeding under the virtual safety car. Somebody got called out. Glads looks like he got away a bit there from Drunken Shamrock pretty well. Just looking at the position changes, as you can see Matex already up to P12, he's made 8 places up already. Greg is up 6. Vito's up 6, so great starts from those guys. Tomo down 12, Anna's picked up a drive-through. Ghost Rider and Quasarino both having to pit. I think those two were involved in the incident that caused the retirement, so no surprise there. So, moment. That looks old. There's yellows in sector 2, 3. This is Curly, been round in the Alpine. But, as you can see, has recovered it. I don't know if he's got any... Yeah, Oh no, no damage that I can tell. But he is into the pit, so he must have something going on there. So, Dream Shamrock's just caught up a little bit on Glads. This is genuinely a battle that could go through the race. I'm not going to lie. These top 5, 6 drivers are mighty, mighty close. And there's a yellow at the hairpin again. Always causes problems at hairpin. It's a nightmare. And that one, this time, was Greg. He was dropped to P16. Which is where he started, but he had made his way up a bit further than that. In fact, he was up 6 places at one point, wasn't he? So he was up to P10 at one point. Just looks like JD Racer's just dropping off a little bit. He's just dropped out to 1 second, which isn't ideal. Around a track like this, it's going to give Winter Place a run on him up the hill into the hairpin. Let's go on board with Winter Place then. As they come out turn 1. And Tomo is disqualified from the session for ignoring his drive-free penalty. So, despite the fact that I said the Haas are looking strong this season, Tomo's made a terrible mistake there. He's disqualified. And we lose Curly from the race. And that's a full course, and that is a full safety car. Now. Now. Are any of the medium tire runners brave enough to pit this early for a set of hard to the end? Would it be advisable? Is there likely to be another safety car? I would suggest there is likely to be another safety car, but let's see then. So then, doesn't look like anybody's pitted so far. Quite unusual. So we've got Ghost Rider pits. So we do have a pitter. He's gone on to softs. He's going to want to get back off them. Now then, onto a set of hards. Is that what he started on? Has he gone back to his starting tyres, or...? No, they are fresh. Now then, so I wonder if he's going to take a gamble. As he's running P17 and last of the still running at the moment, I wonder if he'll take the gamble and try and take those to the end. The other thing I'm a little bit unsure on is the weather, because the sky... Well, it looks a bit dark and dingy, doesn't it? So... I don't know if we're expecting to get through the whole race. What's happened to Glads here? I'm not getting the little markers above the cars to see what's happened. I can only assume that Glads has gone into AI. His game says he's on multiplayer in Austria. So I think he is with us. Just needed to nip off to the loo or something. Everybody else. That is Sailor. Who's also shown us with us, so I think he's probably just in AI. Okay. Not sure what the rules around going into AI are and WRL. Perhaps needs to be discussed. So I know in ARC you're not allowed it. I mean, if you need to wipe your hands or something like that, you're allowed to quickly nip in and do that. But you can't stay in AI for a prolonged period of time in ARC, which is what both of these guys have been now. But yeah, perhaps that's a rule that needs clarifying. Gotta bear in mind, guys, if you've got a streamer, you will get caught. So why is somebody making up positions under a safety car? Safety car in this lap. Simlino has to let Vito through. Safety car in this lap. Anyway, let's go to the front runners then. Will Glad's catch Shamrock out? Well, he's still ghosting his Glads. We are going again. Well, I am going to invite him just in case his gamer card's showing the wrong thing. Ah, no, he's last seen 1 minute ago now. Not sure what's going on with Glads there. I've sent him an invite to try and get him back in, but obviously he's swapping places now. This is Winter Place now, on the back of Tommy Rill. Obviously there's battles to choose from all the way through the field, so hard to know to watch exactly, but this is the closest technically. Lads still dropping positions. Doesn't look like Winter Place is going to get a run just yet. See, at the moment, Tommy Rill and Winter Place on the medium tyres are still going to have a little bit of tyre advantage over Junk and Shamrock. On the medium tyres, so but that will only last so long. There's some position changes going on. Maytek's already up into P6. As I said, he would have been challenging for the top spot in qualifying. He was there, I'm sure of that. Having a superb race, there's no doubt about that. It's never easy to make your way through the field like he is doing at the moment. And that is Quasarino, who is round. At the start of sector 3, Vito picks up a penalty. DRS is now enabled. I don't know if any of these front guys are close enough to get a run. They aren't at the moment, so Winter Place then. Running solid at the moment. Glads has dropped all the way down to 9th now. Simlino goes past him. There are really close battles going on. As I said, it's really hard to know to watch at the moment. We're currently watching Winter Place with Tommy Rill, but Simlino, let's go to Simlino, who's right on the back of Bob Dylan. Just right on board with him. Oh, Bob makes a bit of a mistake, but not really a place you want to try and make a move for Simlino. So he's going to get DRS. Will he actually try and make the move here into turn 1? Well, he's going to, but Bob will get DRS back. But he's fallen too far back, unfortunately. As Tommy Rill gets ahead of Winter Place, and look at the top 3. Mighty close. And these guys. Winter Place has a look at the outside of Tommy Rill. They keep it clean. And in fact, he gets that done and moves back into P2. Jedi Racer is sniffing about the back of them now. Oh, who's that? Tesco, I think, is at a moment. He's round. It's right where the line is for the end of Sector 2. And that's dropped him down to P16. Oh, and he's round again. Oh, he's reset to track. You can't do that, Tesco. You're going to get told off for that, mate. You're not allowed to reset to track. As I think that was Sky Snizzle, or Snizzy, or whatever. I think he should be Snizzle, that sounds better. It can sound like a rapper, Sky Snizzle. What's your name, blood? Sky Snizzle. That's Sky Snizzle and I rap. Anyway, that's enough of that. Sorry about that. I'll never do that again. But, having a look to see if we can make a move into turn 4, but not on this occasion. So, Tesco is into the pits and has put some softs on after his spin, and somebody else is around. I think it's Vito. It is indeed. Vito's into the wall. He's lost his front wing. That is on the exit of turn 4. I'm not quite sure where he's going with the car. And around he goes. Believe it or not, the cars this season very much drivable without front wings. Makes you wonder if in the next couple of years they'll just get rid of them altogether and find some other way of applying downforce, maybe. JD Racer is taking a look at Tommy Real as Drunken Shamrock and Winter Place fight for P1. These guys all fighting together. It's a superb racing from the top 4 here. Just to note that Matex has got into P5 and is chasing these guys down now. And while these guys are battling like this, it's going to give them the opportunity to close up. Despite starting at the back of the grid, Matex could still win this race with a bit of luck. And Vito, after his spin, has made it round to the pits. So, well, all Vito needs, he just needs to get out the pits and in before these guys. So they're heading round now. He should get out the pits in time. But he also needs to get on the road, that's the other problem. These guys are obviously very fast and he needs to be moving, otherwise he's going to start getting blue flagged. So he went to a new set of mediums. And obviously any safety car now and everybody will come in, and there's a sector 3 yellow. That is... I believe that was Quasar Reno, but I'm not sure. So I apologise if it wasn't, lad. As Drunken Shamrock battles for the lead once more. Winter Place then takes the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix. So those medium tyres still holding out, and that is Vito is now lapped because that is him that's round. Go on, Vito, you need to get going, lad. He needs to stay within pit stop range of them. If he can do that, he can unlap himself when they pit. It's obviously very difficult. Just a note, by the way, of Ghost Rider, who is up to P11 now, and fighting Greg for P10. I genuinely think that Ghost Rider, if there's no more safety cars, may genuinely try and take those cars to the end of the race. I may be wrong, but if he is, he could be one to watch for a high place. And as I say, I've cursed him. I've completely cursed him. He's out of the race, and that is a full safety car, and everybody will dive in now. As JD Racer picks up 5 seconds, severe collision with Drunken Shamrock. Oh, Ghost Rider, I'm so sorry, man. Totally cursed you. It was at turn 1 that he lost it. You are going to see Tesco's already in. I don't think I'd have been pitting that lap if I was Tesco. I'd have carried on. But, and then pitted as you were catching the back of the safety car up. But in comes... Oh, Drunken Shamrock's out! What on earth has happened there? He's over there. Somewhere. Can't see his car, but he is over there somewhere. I have no idea what's happened to him and how he's done that under safety car, but... Oh, come on, guys. That's silly. Before we get any shouts, have we slowed down too early? It's under safety car. There's no need for him to be pushing the line. So, that was just silliness, that, I'm afraid. So the Mercedes stack. Oh, look. That's Bob Dylan coming out. So he should come out behind one of those Mercedes. Sailor on his way out then. So, who hasn't? Well, Quasarino, for some strange reason, decided not to come in. For much bigger, stranger reason, Tommy Real didn't come in. I have no idea why he's staying out on those mediums. 14 laps old now. Surely he should have pitted onto hards there. I do still have people saying to me that they still don't want to use the hard tyres. But you have to on this game. You have to adapt to using them. They're nowhere near as hard to use on 21. But sorry, as they were on 21. But you have to use them in this game. It's not going to be an option thing. The softs just don't last long enough to do a stint on. So, having said that, I just saw something on screen. I'm just wondering if there's drops of rain. Let's go on board with someone. So this is with Tesco at the moment. It can't be raining. I don't think it is. I think it's my eyes. But I'm just thinking people wouldn't have been pitting there if they knew it was going to rain. Surely. But I really don't understand Tommy's reason for staying out. All these guys behind him now potentially is just going to the end of the race. So has he missed a trick, or does he know something we don't? To change things completely, like rain imminent, something like that. Excuse me. So our back man at the moment, then the one remaining McLaren of Tesco, is just catching the back of the field now. It's just a bit late for the safety car to come in, so Quasarino and Sailor both decide to pit. So there we have it. Sailor has gone to intermediate tyres. So maybe I am seeing rain. Maybe it wasn't my eyes, but even if there is rain, it's not even slightly damp yet. So Sailor, you're going to be all over the place on those tyres. That's not the right strategy. I did think I maybe saw a little bit spitting of rain, but now I can't see anything. I don't know if you guys watching can see anything. Well, it would certainly explain why Tommy stayed out. And his confirmation then the safety car is in this lap. As we approach, we'll be restarting on lap 18, so there'll be 19 laps remaining. So just one lap off the midway point of the race. Still on board with Windsor Place. One thing I will just say quickly, the lobby itself is behaving itself extremely well. No issues whatsoever. Just have a look at Sailor then. I definitely can't see any rain now. Has he tried to run before he can walk on this one? As the field is slowed right down. Where is Tommy going to go? Really has slowed the field down. He goes now for the final corner. Doesn't really catch Winter Place, but does create a little bit of a gap. Oh, what's going on down here? There's people pitting. What is going on? Oh, Sailor's into the pit. He's coming back off those intermediates. I wonder if he's listening to me and heard me say it's spitting with rain. I was pitting for intermediates. If it was my fault, Sailor, I apologise. JD Racer right on the back of Matex. Oh, Matex up into P4 now. So this came at a good time for him because actually the gap between him and the leaders had increased. So, of course he's up into P4. Jumping Shamrock retired, didn't he? So he would be. But he's also ahead of JD Racer. It's actually Simlino who's made his way into P3. So he's done well under safety, under the pit stops and that. Maybe purpled his turn-in on the pit stop and has gained from it. I'm not sure. As there is a McLaren round, so that must be Tesco. Right at the end of sector 2. As Soapnut Phoenix gets ahead of Glads. Is Glads back with us? No. Oh dear, Glads. What has happened to you, lads? You were doing so well. Once again, Quasarino and Tesco are into the pits. Quasarino just exiting. Getting a bit of flickering going on from the home screen for some reason. And look at this one. This is Matex under pressure from JD Racer. They have a tiny bit of contact, but next to nothing. That was out of turn 4. We're into the 2 fast left-handers now. And JD Racer has got that move done and moves back into P4. It's nicely done from him. As Simlino gets ahead of Tommy Real. He's on the lead up to the penultimate corner. That's an odd place for him to take. Maybe caught Tommy Real out by using a bit of energy. As DRS is enabled. We have a sector 2 yellow. That is Tesco again. That's out of the hairpin. Things going from bad to worse for the McLaren man. And he will now be thinking to himself, please, a safety car. I need another safety car. As the leaders were just about onto the straight before Tesco exited at turn 4, so still mighty close. We've got a closer battle a bit further down. Oh, but that's Glads who's ghosting, so no actual point in watching that. He's been ghosted most of the race, so I'm sure he won't be classified. Right. If anybody has made any comments, I've had my phone on charge. I know you haven't anyway, that's cool. So, I want to see some more viewers to join. Thanks for joining, guys. Very good of you. Don't know if any of you are Drunken Shamrock. If you are Drunken Shamrock, just let us know what happened, bud, because I missed that under safety car. And there is somebody round at turn 1. And that is Snizzle. It's our rapper, Sky Snizzle. He drops to P9, but regardless, the AlphaTauri boy's having a good race today. And he's got plenty of time to make some of that back up, although he is going to come under some pressure from Bob Dylan at the moment. He's running nicely in P10. On a relatively quiet race. Qualified well, P9. Right, I could definitely see something on the screen now. I don't know whether it's just a flicker on the screen that I'm getting, or if it is actually raining. It's really hard to tell, guys, so I might just be getting like a flicker on the screen that's making me think it is. Let's go to Matex, who's on the back of Tommy Real. Surely then, that's turn 1. Surely, let's go on board with Matex. There he goes. And he's going to be in the lead by the braking zone for the hairpin. And into P4 he goes. But Tommy will get DRS back down this straight to turn 4. Don't think he's going to bother making a move back. See, Tommy on 21 lap old mediums at the moment. For me, I can only think he's trying to push those mediums out to do a soft stint at the end. But again, I wouldn't recommend it. The softs just don't last. I tried it myself. I had a race here at Austria in the midweek, and I literally tried it myself, and the softs just do not do anything. Yeah, you're quick for a few laps, but they disappear so fast. But then, Tommy's a much better driver than I am, so perhaps he can get a bit more out of it. CTV Glad's what must be an AI. He's getting back through the field somehow. Bob Dylan has got ahead of Sky Snizzle, by the way. But they've just gone through turn 1. It's right on board with Sky Snizzle, so he's going to go past. See, those people that are saying DRS don't have the effect that it did in 21, clearly it does. I think people just haven't got used to their setups yet for this game. They've battled back though. Dylan has a look at the inside of turn 4. That was mighty close, but no contact. Good racing from the two of them, and Sky Snizzle holds on to P9. So, nice fighting from these two, nice racing. Another man we've not really mentioned during the race today, Idle North. Currently in P12, but he's penalty free. He's going to also be quicker in the later part of the race than the 4 drivers ahead of him, who are all on medium tyres. So he's going to have the tyre advantage a bit later on. So we may be able to claw back some places, maybe pick up a point or two. As Simolino gets ahead of Tommy Real, who's really struggling on those mediums now. Also, I think Soap McPhoenix got ahead of Greg there as well. So, behind this, by the way, you've got Soap McPhoenix, and there is a trail of cars, train of cars, whichever you want to call it. Although, as I said, one of them is Glads, who is, as you can see, is clearly still ghosting. Just trying to work out by riding on board with Glads if this is an AI driver or not. It's really hard to tell. Oh! Greg is round. He's hit the wall. He's right on the pits. He's going to go in for a front wing straight away. And we have a full course yellow, double waved yellow, but I can't see a safety car coming out. I think it's a virtual. So that was for Greg. I don't think it's going to be a full safety car because he's still in the race. He's got straight into the pits. I think it's just a virtual safety car. So I think Tommy would have liked that to come out when they're a bit closer to the pits. Winter Place, by the way, fuel light is red. Just having a look through the field. Everybody's fuel light's red. I'm not too sure why that is. Or Sailor's isn't. Nor is Greg's. And nor is Tesco's. But other than that... Oh no, none of them are red now. Oh god, I don't know what's going on. Right, the virtual safety car has ended in a way, and we are back racing. JD Racer right on the back of Winter Place, has DRS. I think this is just going to be a case of trying to float up to the back of Winter Place. And even there, I don't think it's going to be close enough out of the hairpin. Sector 3 yellow. I think that is Tesco retiring in the pits. Had enough for today. And has decided to opt out of the race. Ideally, still don't want to see people doing that. You should take it to the end of the race. You don't know what's going to happen. Enough drivers drop out now that you would have got a point. You're going to kick yourself. I would never retire out of the race, personally. As JD Racer picks up DRS once again, surely he's going to be closer this time. Seems to get a better exit out of turn 1 as well. He must. Again, he may not bother looking for the move into the hairpin. He may wait for the next straight. Let's see if he can do it down to turn 4. If not, he'll just use it as another way of got a bit closer this lap and look for the next lap. Yeah, no, he's not deploying any energy. Winter Place did. Suggest that's all JD needs to do at the moment. Just stay behind Winter Place, use the DRS to put pressure on him, make him use his energy while you save yours, and just use your own energy if you just drop back a little bit off of him. That's it's playing the long game, isn't it, where you'll be able to get the pass later in the race still with plenty of energy yourself to try and get away a bit. So thinking ahead, a bit of strategy. Looking for other battles. I mean, this is our closest battle quite easily. Matex is within a second of Simlino for third. Simlino has a penalty, so Matex is favourite to take that podium in a way. Tommy Real made his pit stop. I missed that, sorry. He's made his pit stop and has gone to softs. We'll see how well he can do on those. He sets the fastest lap of the race with 107.275, so he gets the extra point for that. But just to catch Quasarino, he's 9.5 seconds behind. So I think when Tommy watches this race back, or if he watches it, he normally does. So I think he may kick himself for not pitting under that last safety car. You know, unless another one comes out now and it rescues his race, it wouldn't really matter then, but... Again, just seeing JD Racer save his energy. Winter Place isn't really using that much himself. So what I would be doing if I was JD Racer, I wouldn't just use the DRS set. I'd have a little spurt on the ERS out of the corners. Only a tiny little spurt. But, just to put a bit of extra pressure on Winter Place and force him to use some energy. So at the moment, he's not using any. I can only think that at the moment Winter Place is maybe running a bit of a lower downforce on JD Racer, so the DRS isn't having as big an effect as it normally would. Just go down then, Simlino. So Matex has gotten into P3. Apologies, I missed that one. Simlino remains on the back of him. Sky Snizzle the Dizzle is on the back of Quasarino for P7 as well. I think this is going to be a move, surely. Simlino opens up the energy, opens up the DRS. He's going to try and make a move into... Oh, let's go aboard. Come on, Cody's, give me an angle. And Matex seems to brake very early there. I think possibly... I mean, after coming from the back, the last thing Matex wants to do is end up getting damaged by fighting a car that he's going to get ahead of in a way because of a penalty. It'd be a bit silly of Matex to throw away a guaranteed podium by doing that. I don't think he will. far as TTB Glads goes, I find it very hard to believe that even though he's still ghosting, that is an AI. Simply because he's running in P5. I can't believe that an AI is running in P5. I think he'll need to answer the question after the race. I think Bob Dylan will have to put that to him. Look what's happened. Dropped out. Oh, looking at Bob Dylan, he's pitted and dropped to the back. I didn't realise that. Put softs on. I think these soft drivers are going to be a bit disappointed with the pace of those soft tyres. I really do. JD Racer makes a mistake there. That's going to allow Winter Place. Surely Winter Place will get the energy on. He does a little touch. Oh, JD Racer will be kicking himself. Just a tiny little mistake out of the left-hander at the start of sector 3. JD Racer is ghosting as well, isn't he? It says last seen 1 hour ago. I don't think that's right. Oh, look, I don't know whether to send him an invite or not. I don't want to put him off by sending it to him. But look at the way Winter Place has gotten away from him. He can't be with us. Sent him an invite, that's all I can do. If he is still there, I hope I don't put him off. But look at how Simlino's catching him as well. He must have dropped out. I didn't see it come up on the screen. Look a bit further down. Sailor's caught the back of Idle North. Still going. Oh, Idle North has picked up a penalty now. I hadn't noticed that. But, sector 2 free yellow. That is Quasarino. So Tommy Rills back into 8th. 3.2 seconds behind Sky Snizzle. Oh, he's going round again. Those tyres are lit up. And he is now out of the points. Idle North goes up to P9, Sailor up to P10. Right, JD Racer's car has solidified. So he is back with us. Thank goodness for that, but he is going to be fuming. He may still pick up that second place, which was softer than the blow because of Lino's penalty. But Lino's gotten well away from Matex now. He was on the back of him. Sailor, Idle North trying to catch the back of Sailor at the moment. I would argue that he's probably got the superior tyre now. Let's go to Bob Dylan, who is on the back of Greg. See if they can give us a little race here. Now Matex has caught the back of JD Racer. They are now genuinely fighting for either P2 or P3. Got 3 laps remaining. Go on then, Bob. Let's get this move done. Opens up the DRS. Using the RS as well. He goes to the inside for the hairpin. He overshoots it a bit. And loses the place. Back. Gives the place back, I believe, on the exit of the hairpin. As Idle North and Quasarino are battling. Some smoke flying up there. This is for the final point. Oh, Quasarino's gone wide and he's round. He's round, and that looks like the end of Quasarino's fight for the points as he drops to the last, or currently 13th, the last of the still runners. Bob Dylan still fighting away on the back of Greg. Let's go back to the leading cars. So Matex still looking to fight. Right, I think it's time to have a look at penalties. So then, Simlino only has the 3 seconds. He has a 3.4 second gap to JD Racer, so he can hold on to P2 as it stands right now. 3 seconds for Soap McPhoenix. He has 4.6 to Tommy. So may hold on to it, may not. That's a tight one to call. Sky Snizzle has 9 seconds. But actually right now has a second. No, actually, because Sailor's got 3 seconds. So Sky Snizzle at the moment would stay P8. Idle North also got 3 seconds. So Sailor and Idle North would stay where they are. Greg and Bob Dylan both have 11. Quasarino 5. So, barring any mistakes, it looks like the top 10 drivers are decided. It's just which order now. As Jelly Racer all of a sudden is easily within the 3 seconds of Simlino now. Boy, in that ERS on the final lap. So we'll go to Winter Place in a second. Who was our champion? He's not our current champion. He's the champion of the previous season. And Winter Place will round the final corner. He goes towards the pit wall and celebrates with Team Haas. Victory in the first race here at Austria. Simlino crosses the line P2 but drops to P3. So still picks up a podium. JD Racer promoted back to P2 after his late disconnect. Matex finishes P4. Outstanding drive and driver of the day for Matex. After starting plumb last in 20th. Fantastic drive. Glads has crossed the line in P5. I have no idea if that result is going to stand or not, because obviously he was ghosting for the vast majority of the race. Soap McPhoenix P6, Tommy Brill P7, Sky Snizzle Me Dizzle in P8, Sailor P9, Idle North in P10, Greg and Bob Dylan I think are both going to drop, so I think Quasarino is going to finish P11. Yes, he does. Greg P12 and Bob Dylan P13. Well, it was a good race to start the season. Lots and lots of fighting. Driver of the day given to Matex by the game, which I completely agree with. Driver of the day for Matex for coming from plumb last in 20th after being disqualified from qualifying to finish a brilliant P4. And there's our winner though, Winter Place, doing what he does and wins another race in wheelspin racing. The most consistent man on the track without a doubt is Winter Place, and he's got the speed to show with it as well. Picking up win after win. Podium after podium. Sprays the champagne. Very good podiums as well though from Racer and Simlino, so well done to those two as well. So Matex P4, Glads P5. Again, I've no idea if that's going to stand. I really don't. Bob Dylan will have to, and the stewards will have to make a decision on that one. Soap McPhoenix P6, Tommy Real P7, Sky Snizzy P8, Sailor P9, Ida North P10 picks up the final point. Unlucky for Quasarino, Greg and Bob Dylan just outside the points today. Tesco P14 was our first retirement. And then we also lost Drunken Shamrock, Ghost Rider, Vito, Curly, Christo and Tomo. Unlucky to those guys. But yeah, really good race. The lobby seemed to behave itself. There was a couple of dropouts, but no sort of glitching issues or anything like that I noticed in a way, which is really great news. as I say, regards to dropouts, Bob Dylan will have to have a look at those. I don't think JD Race is going to be penalised for his. He got back to control of the car as quick as he could. It's just whether TTV Glads gets his position awarded or not, as he seemed to be ghosted for about 80% of the race. So it could mean in the end that all those below him are promoted up a position, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Anyway, guys, thank you ever so much. I've got like 10 minutes to my next race, so thank you ever so much to everybody that's joined us. Obviously, we'll see you the same time next week for round 2. I'm not entirely sure which track it is next week. I haven't got my phone to hand to look, so we'll see you same time next week for hopefully another brilliant race, and really hopefully another full grid would be brilliant. Brilliant start to the season. So yeah, thank you to everybody that's watched live. I know there's been quite a few of you watching, so thank you ever so much to all of you. Thank you to everyone that watches it back as well, because lots of people do that. It's all really appreciated, guys. Very much so. So I will see you all again for Wheelspin Racing League next Sunday. But other than that, have a nice rest of your evening, and have a good week. Good night.